Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. We are now witnessing silver's final push in 2021. Let's explore. Silver's price has been analyzed up, down, sideways, and from behind and from front all this year. Many people have made predictions and prognostications, myself included. Many of us were wrong. But nonetheless, it is interesting to see the movement of silver this year, considering all that we've seen occur on the geopolitical stage and in terms of the pandemic and in terms of monetary policy and on the domestic front here at home, with a myriad of different factors that could come into play that many of us felt should have pushed silver prices higher earlier. One last prediction I kind of made, and agreeing with a commenter on my live stream when we talked about this Sunday night market watch as the markets opened up to relatively tepid prices for gold and silver, mainly to the downside slightly. Pretty much figured they would trade sideways or down through the end of the year. But no, silver's making one final push this year, and what that push will look like is anybody's guess. I don't want to even begin to make a prediction from now for a couple of days out to the end of the year, but we are saying gold and silver up slightly. In fact, silver is actually making a move past $23 an ounce as of the recording of this video. Very interesting indeed to see that. It's almost up 1%, but it's still under that, but it's $23.16 as of the recording of this video, and the bid price is above $23 as well, $23.06. Gold is a much more tepid movement, up only $2.50. But all the metals are up a little bit. There's slight movement here. Is this the beginning of a larger push? I kind of doubt it. I think we're going to see them maybe move up a little bit, but should be still sideways, which means that this is probably the final push of 2021, and it'll either go up from here or it will pull back and stay relatively stable. Usually the end of the year is not all that exciting in the precious metal markets, so I was a little bit surprised to see it move up as much as it did here just after Christmas. So taking a look at it from several different angles here, from the technical front, we're seeing the silver ETF move higher, and gold is kind of just stuck kind of where it is with not a whole lot of momentum here. The US dollar index is currently stuck in the 96 and 96.25 range, and as we know, the US dollar index is kind of one of the biggest drivers of silver and gold prices in the short term. You know, it does react probably the quickest to what the US dollar index does. And it manages to settle below the support at the 96 level. It will gain downside momentum and move towards the support at 95.75, which will be bullish for silver. Weaker dollar is bullish for precious metals as it makes them cheaper for buyers who have other currencies. And so the gold to silver ratio received some support near 78.5, and we're actually seeing it right now at 78.56, so that's narrowed slightly, and but it is interesting to see where it's going. It's testing resistance now at $22.90. It is now above that. Where will it remain? Will it be able to see a new resistance level at 23? I don't know. If the case for the test is successful, silver will move towards the next resistance, which is located at the 50 exponential moving average at $23.15. And right now it's hovering in between there, between the bid and the ask price. A move above the resistance of the 50 exponential moving average will open the way to the test of the next resistance at $23.50. So that could be where our week goes for silver, if we see it reach these points and stay above that for a measurable amount of time. The nearest support level for silver is located near the 20 exponential moving average at $22.75. in case silver settles below that dollar amount, it will move towards the support at $22.60. So it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out on the technical side. From a more broad-reaching side, silver's found the levels to reverse, and Todd Bubba Horowitz over at Kitco News says that we're now long on silver. Typically, precious metals will go in the same direction, which adds to the market confusion. Platinum is the same pattern as silver and has reversed to the long side. So that is interesting to see. And so gold is kind of struggling to reverse from the short side, and silver is reversing to the long. And this is why the narrowing of the gold and silver ratio has occurred slightly, 78 and 0.5 some odd. So there's phases in the markets, consolidation, which the author believes that's where the metals are now. So it's more challenging, and uncertainty of the consolidation pattern is enough to drive the average emotional trader to consistently make the wrong decision. Eventually the pattern will end. Gold, silver, and platinum will trend in one direction. We know that the future is higher, and the next day, week, a month can go either way, especially the next week. Let the market and chart guide with patience and discipline. Patience and discipline certainly are key for those of you who have money in the metals, either as in ETFs or more importantly in the physical side, because the physical metal here is really the one that you have the most skin in the game. You are removing this from the global supply of silver when you hold it in your hand. You also own it. The only threat to it comes from outside forces that want to take it away from you. In that case, security is paramount and key as you accumulate more silver and gold as well. You can never be too paranoid when it comes to security for your precious metals, in my view. Nonetheless, it is a matter of where things are going, especially with the prices on the marketplace. With gold and silver now starting to trend higher a little bit. Silver somewhat saving face this year, where we did see it go into the mid 21 levels, $21.50. That was its low this year, and it never got above, I think, $28 or maybe close to $29 at one point in time. And so we'll see what holds true for next year. But I believe from here to the end of the year, I believe we'll see the prices either stay where they're at or maybe just creep up a little bit higher if they continue in this mode, especially if what this article is stating occurs and we start to see the reverses to the long side, which means that probably just people going to park with where their positions are in the ETFs and just let it ride through the end of the year and kind of assess where things are going to go at the beginning of next year. We'll see where it plays out. 2022 is going to be a very interesting year, as that will be the year of the Fed action on interest rates. The first time in a long time that we're going to see the rates go up slightly. 3 rate hikes for quarter point each. More than likely, those rate hikes are going to translate into lower prices in the short term. And I believe as the year closes out, we may see the prices edge up, recover those losses, and scoot higher. And that all depends upon how the market reacts to those rate hikes in terms of inflationary pressures and the like. The cat is out of the bag in terms of modern monetary theory and quantitative easing. Velocity of money is the only thing really left until we can start to see inflation really come home to roost. We are seeing it right now at almost 7%, 40-year high. What will the next next CPI numbers tell us? It'll be quite interesting. I think if they pull back some, then I believe that will be bullish for the dollar and bearish for gold and silver. Everybody is craving some good news. They want normalcy. Normalcy in their mind means that the stock market's going to continue to hum along, and that the employment is going to increase. And it doesn't matter who's in office. It doesn't matter the political state. The psychology will rue the day here, and that's going to mean lower silver and gold prices, which even though it may appear to be sort of a false sense of hope, because the economy really is struggling in many ways, and there's a lot of kicking the can that's been happening down the road. So there you have it. So there's where the markets are today. Silver's final push in 2021, only slightly, but a notable uptick here, especially when I would consider to be anything pushing 1% is considered a pretty good day if it's an upward momentum for silver, 1%, a movement there in price. So there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If you made it this far in the video, I want to say an extra special thank you, and I want to encourage you to put in the comments, maybe below, let silver ride. And that means let it do what it's going to do. Just say, let silver ride. It's going to do what it's going to do anyway, so we might as well just state it. Let silver ride. A multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch. And I want to encourage you to please rate this video, share it, and then comment and subscribe.